The text from my mother arrived on a Tuesday afternoon while I was in a board meeting. Haley's graduation party is June 15th at the Riverside Country Club. Venue capacity is limited to 150 guests. We'll send photos. No invitation. No question about my availability. Just notification that my younger sister's college graduation celebration would happen without me. I stared at the message, the familiar ache of exclusion settling in my chest. Limited capacity had been the excuse for why I wasn't at Haley's high school graduation party either. Or her Sweet 16. Or any family celebration in the past decade. The truth was simpler. I didn't fit the narrative my family wanted to present. Haley was the golden child, sorority president, dean's list, engaged to a law student from a prominent family. She was doing everything right according to my parents' upper-middle-class playbook. I was the weird one. The dropout who'd left that same prestigious university after 2 years to join a tech startup. The one whose cargo pants and hoodies embarrassed my mother. The one who, at 29, had just taken my software company public and was now worth approximately $240 million. Not that my family knew. Or cared to know. My phone buzzed again. The extended family group chat erupted with excitement about Haley's celebration. 37 messages confirming attendance, discussing gifts, planning pre-party golf. Not one person asked why I wasn't mentioned. They'd been told I was too busy with my little tech thing. Too socially awkward to fit in with Haley's accomplished friends. My mother was good at managing narratives. I typed a single message. "Congratulations, Haley. So proud of you." My mother's response came immediately. "Thank you, Maya. Sorry you can't make it to the celebration. I know you're busy." I didn't correct her. What was the point? I tried for years to share what I was building. Every call, every rare dinner I'd attempted to explain my work. They'd changed the subject, suggested I get a real job, dismissed my computer project. The irony revealed itself 3 days later when my assistant knocked on my office door. "Maya, you got a call from Riverside University. President's office. Riverside. Where Haley was graduating. Where I'd attended before dropping out to chase what my father called a fantasy that will leave you broke." Dr. Robert Chen's voice was warm when the call connected. "Ms. Harrison, thank you for taking the time. Your generous donation last year, the $50 million endowment for scholarships and lab facilities, has been transformative." The donation had been anonymous, routed through a foundation to avoid attention. "We're dedicating the new Computer Science and Innovation Center during graduation weekend," he continued. "The building your endowment made possible. We'd like to name it the Maya Harrison Center for Computer Science Excellence, and we'd like you present for the dedication ceremony." My chest tightened. "When?" "June 15th, 2 p.m. During graduation weekend. There will be media coverage, local and likely national given your profile. Your presence would make that significantly more likely. June 15th. The same day as Haley's party. I'll be there," I said. "Wonderful. Will you be bringing family members for VIP seating?" Family members. The question hung like smoke. No. No family. After the call ended, I asked my assistant to pull up the country club's social media. There it was. Haley Harrison's graduation celebration, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., posted publicly with photos of the elegant ballroom and celebration hashtags. No capacity issue. Just no room for the daughter who didn't enhance their carefully curated image. June 15th dawned perfect and bright. I stood backstage at the Computer Science and Innovation Center watching the crowd gather. 2,000 people filled the plaza. Students in caps and gowns, families with cameras, faculty in academic regalia. Sarah Mycio stood beside me. Ready. Ready. I scanned the crowd from behind the curtain. There, my father and mother near the back, craning to see the commotion. My sister Haley in her graduation gown, looking annoyed that something was disrupting her perfect day. Aunts, uncles, cousins, the entire extended family, drawn by the spectacle of a major dedication ceremony. They had no idea. The program listed only special guest and benefactor. They'd come to see what was important enough to draw this crowd, probably irritated it was interfering with Haley's party timeline. Dr. Chen took the podium. "Good afternoon and welcome to a historic moment for Riverside University. Today we dedicate the Computer Science and Innovation Center, A $50 million investment in our students' futures. I watched my mother check her watch, calculating if they could leave before this cut into party setup time. $50 million donated by someone who understands firsthand what it means to be underestimated, to have dreams dismissed, to be told your path isn't the right one. He paused. Someone who proved success doesn't follow a prescribed route. My father's head tilted. Something had caught his attention. This building will house 30 full scholarship students per year. It represents everything this university strives to be: accessible, innovative, and committed to nurturing talent wherever we find it. Dr. Chen's voice rose. Please join me in welcoming Maya Harrison, founder and CEO of Cascade Technologies, as we dedicate the Maya Harrison Center for Computer Science Excellence. The applause was thunderous, but I heard none of it. I was watching my family's faces as they realized the anonymous benefactor was me. My mother's hand flew to her mouth. My father went pale. Haley's expression cycled through confusion, shock, and horror as her friends began whispering and pointing. Around them, my extended family erupted. Phones out, frantic typing, shocked exclamations. I took the microphone. Thank you, Dr. Chen. I'm honored to be here, though it's strange to have my name on a building at a university I didn't finish. Scattered laughter. I left Riverside after 2 years to join a startup. It was, according to my family, the biggest mistake I could make. I was throwing away a prestigious education and any chance at a stable future. I let my gaze land on my parents. I was told I was wasting my potential. That I'd regret choosing passion over practicality. That I'd end up broke and begging for help. Every phone was up now, recordings streaming. But success doesn't look the same for everyone. My path was unconventional and lonely. But it was mine. And when I made it, when Cascade went public, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with the resources I'd earned. I gestured to the building. This center represents every student who's been told their dreams are impractical. Every kid who's been advised to choose realistic careers. Every person underestimated or excluded because they didn't fit someone else's definition of success. My mother was crying, ugly, shocked sobs that shook her shoulders. The students here will receive validation. Validation that their potential matters. That their dreams are worth pursuing. That being different doesn't mean being less than. I paused. This is the validation I never got from my own family. But I can give it to them. The ceremony continued with the ribbon cutting and media interviews. Through it all, my family hovered at the edges, held back by security in their own paralyzing shock. Finally, my mother broke through. A guard moved to intercept, but I waved him off. Maya, she said, her voice breaking. I didn't know. We didn't know. Know what? That I'd been successful? It's been public information for 3 years. But you never said. I tried. For years. Every time I called, every dinner I tried to share what I was building. You changed the subject. Told me to get a real job. My father appeared. Maya, we're so sorry. We didn't understand. You didn't try to understand. Understanding would have required listening. Including me instead of telling everyone I was too busy. Haley approached. Maya, why didn't you tell us? I did tell you. All of you. You just never believed it mattered. But $50 million. That's more than you expected from the family failure? I smiled without warmth. Funny how that works when people pursue their dreams. Dr. Chen appeared. Ms. Harrison, sorry to intrude, but the faculty reception is starting. I nodded gratefully. Of course. I turned to my family. I have to go. Enjoy your party. Maya, please, my mother begged. Can we talk? Come to the party. Celebrate what? Haley's graduation, or the fact you finally realized I'm worth acknowledging? I shook my head. I have a reception. People who actually want me there are waiting. I walked away, leaving their shocked faces behind. The aftermath unfolded with the swift brutality of social media. The dedication ceremony went viral. Millions of views across every platform. TechCrunch featured my journey from dropout to successful founder. Someone had recorded my entire speech about being told I was wasting potential. The comments were ruthless. Imagine excluding your daughter, then finding out her name is on a building. Limited capacity, but really just limited vision. The family group chat must be silent. Haley's party became infamous in their social circles. Every conversation centered not on her achievement but on her sister, the one not invited but whose name was etched in stone on campus. Her fiancé's family was reportedly horrified. Old money respected actual achievement more than my parents' social climbing. The texts from family started 3 days later. Cousins, aunts, uncles, then Haley. All variations. We didn't know, we're sorry, please don't shut us out. I responded to none. My parents tried calling. Left increasingly desperate voicemails. I deleted them unheard. The family group chat went silent for a week. Then my Aunt Caroline posted, "We all failed Maya. We all owe her apologies." The floodgates opened. Message after message of guilt and regret. The threat I'd been invisible in suddenly couldn't stop saying my name. I muted it and didn't look back. 3 months later, a thick envelope arrived. My mother's handwriting. 5 pages detailing every failure, every dismissal, every moment they'd shut me down. "We failed you. Not just in missing your success but in every small way that led to it. We failed when we compared you to Haley instead of celebrating your different path. When we excluded you because you didn't match our image. I don't know if there's a path forward. But I want you to know I see you now. Really see you. And I'm devastated by everything I missed. You owe us nothing. But if you ever want to try, just coffee, just a conversation, we're here." I read it twice, then returned to the progress report from the center. 30 students enrolled, building the futures I'd validated. I picked up my phone. Schedule coffee with my mother. Public place, 1 hour, 3 weeks out. Exploratory only. Maybe it would lead somewhere. Maybe they'd actually learn something beyond the value of my net worth. Or maybe it would confirm they'd loved the idea of a successful daughter but never actually loved me. Either way, I'd be fine. I had a building with my name on it, 30 students whose dreams I'd validated, and a life I'd built on my own terms. They taught me one lesson. I didn't need their approval to matter. I just needed to believe in myself. The coffee meeting happened on a gray Tuesday morning at a cafe equidistant between my office and my parents' home. Neutral territory. I arrived early, chose a table near the window where I could see them approaching, ordered black coffee I didn't intend to drink. My mother arrived first, looking smaller than I remembered. No designer outfit today, just jeans and a sweater, her hair pulled back simply. My father followed, his shoulders hunched in a way that spoke of sleepless nights and heavy guilt. They sat across from me in silence, neither reaching for the menus or making small talk. The weight of 3 months' consequences hung between us like fog. "Thank you for meeting us," my mother said finally. Her voice was hoarse, stripped of the confident authority I'd grown up hearing. "We didn't think you would." I almost didn't. I kept my hands wrapped around my coffee cup, needing something to anchor me. "Monica scheduled this 3 times. I canceled twice." My father flinched. "We deserve that. We deserve worse than that." "You read my letter," my mother said. "Not a question. I read it. And..." I looked at them, really looked at them for the first time in years. Saw the dark circles under my mother's eyes, the way my father's hands trembled slightly as he reached for his water glass. Saw people who'd built their entire identity around a certain kind of success, a certain kind of family image, and watched it crumble when their definition proved catastrophically narrow. "And I don't know if I believe you're actually sorry or if you're just sorry you got caught," I said. "Sorry that your social circle knows what you did. Sorry that Haley's in-laws think less of you now. Sorry that your reputation took a hit." "All of that is true," my father admitted, his voice cracking. "We're sorry about those things. The humiliation was..." He stopped, shook his head. "But that's not why we're here. Or it's not the only reason." "Then why are you here?" My mother's eyes filled with tears. "Because I spent 3 months reviewing every memory I have of you. Every conversation, every interaction, every moment I dismissed you or changed the subject or compared you unfavorably to your sister. And Maya, I can't find a single instance where I actually listened. Not one. 29 years, and I can't remember a single time I asked about your dreams and actually heard the answer." "That doesn't mean those moments didn't exist," my father added quickly. "It means we were so focused on our narrative that we didn't retain anything that contradicted it. You could have told us 100 times about your success, and we filtered it out because it didn't match our story about you. You did tell us," my mother said. "That's what's so devastating. Reading back through old texts, old emails, you tried constantly to share your life with us. And we responded with suggestions to go back to school. Recommendations for stable jobs. Subtle and not so subtle implications that you were wasting your time. I felt something shift in my chest. Not forgiveness, not yet, maybe not ever fully, but recognition that they were at least seeing the truth clearly. Haley's engagement is off, my father said quietly. Her fiancé's family couldn't get past how we treated you. They said it revealed something fundamental about our character and values. Said they couldn't welcome us into their family. That's not why we're here, my mother interjected quickly. We're not here to blame you for consequences we earned. We're here because we want to know if there's any possibility of rebuilding something real. Not the performance relationship we had before. Something honest. I took a sip of cold coffee, buying time to organize my thoughts. I don't know if that's possible. We understand, my father said. We've destroyed trust that took years to build and seconds to shatter. We have no right to expect repair. But we want to try, my mother said. If you'll let us. On your terms, your timeline, your conditions. We'll take whatever you're willing to give. Even if that's nothing. The cafe bustled around us. Morning commuters grabbing lattes, students studying at corner tables, the ordinary rhythm of life continuing while we sat in our bubble of reckoning. I need you to understand something, I said finally. The building, the money, the company, that's not what hurt. What hurt was being invisible while I was building it. What hurt was being excluded from celebrations because I didn't enhance your image. What hurt was trying again and again to connect, and having you treat my life like an embarrassing phase you were waiting for me to outgrow. We know, my mother whispered. We know, and we're sorry doesn't begin to cover it. So here's what I'm willing to offer, I continued. Monthly coffee meetings. Public places. 1 hour. We talk about real things. My actual life, your actual thoughts, honest conversation. No performance, no image management, no comparing me to Haley or anyone else. You get to know who I actually am, not who you wanted me to be. Yes, my father said immediately. Anything. Thank you. And if you miss a meeting, cancel without good reason or slip back into old patterns, we're done. Permanently. No second chances beyond this one. My mother nodded, tears streaming freely now. We'll be there. Every meeting. Whatever it takes. I stood, leaving my untouched coffee on the table. Next month. Same place, same time. Come prepared to tell me one thing you've learned about my actual life. Something that shows you've been paying attention. We will, my father promised. I walked out into the gray morning, feeling neither triumphant nor defeated. Just tired and cautiously hopeful, and aware that rebuilding trust would be harder than building my company ever was. But maybe, just maybe, it would be worth it. Or maybe they'd fail again and I'd walk away knowing I'd at least given them a chance they didn't deserve. Either way, I'd survive. I'd already proven that.